Man, everybody be changing their genders more than I have switched lobbies in Call of Duty, but how y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Today the story is wild. Put your seatbelts on because it's gonna get a little bumpy. We got everybody's fighting around. We got Microsoft in the situation. We have Activision, Nickmercs, TimTheTatMan, Dr. Disrespect story. Everybody's fighting right now. We also have this story, which is gonna get a little dark, and quite frankly, it's gonna sound like a Black Mirror episode. I did not believe it because they held a 4-hour meeting, okay? And this is a massive story and it got exposed. There's a massive expose. 4-hour meeting with teachers where they're talking about how they can help your kids change their gender without the parents finding out. Oh shit! Absolute insane stuff, absolute lunacy. We're gonna get into the story, guys. Like this video, share this video, subscribe if you're brand new, and check this out. Hassan revealed progressive, strong, independent, that he stands by the comments he made on Dr. Disrespect relations. Left-wing lunatic, we all know where his head's at, and he made a joke, and the joke itself, obviously, here's the thing, right? Dr. Disrespect has publicly talked about it. He's a public figure, not his wife, so we should not be bringing his wife into the story. But Dr. Disrespect did publicly say that he cheated on his wife. He apologized. In my honest opinion, takes a lot more balls to talk about that crap, right? He made things okay with his wife, so W dog for that. He had his anniversary. He uninstalled Call of Duty. He stayed his ground. He supported his friend Nickmercs, and I would say that's a W friend because this is bigger than Call of Duty. This is bigger than Activision. We all know the game sucks, but this is bigger than. Hassan comes out, talks about it, jokes about it. It's more about the timing this time, right? Because we all know what's happening with the kids right now. Activision is supporting that PD behavior. I mean, damn, right? So he called him out. Dr. Disrespect responded by saying, "You're a fat phony." Nickmercs also came out, talked about that mother effer is dead to me, and he finally responded, which I made a video yesterday where he also did talk about that there were a lot of streamers that reached out to him privately talking about, hey, we support you, but we cannot talk about that publicly because we're gonna run out of sponsors. Guys, I also lost a sponsor. I also lost a sponsor, but I don't care. This is bigger than that. It's way more important, and I will link you that video in the comments below. Definitely check it out after the fact. But Hassan then responded by saying this. Roll it.
But yeah. Funny thing is, when you said what you said, you were reading a chatter. I know, but that doesn't matter. Like, I mean, I will own it. Like, I'll stand by it. It's not, I'm not trying to like deflect away from that. That's something that I would say regardless. Just like a million people have said it regardless. Like, I don't think it's that serious at all. I think it's like perfectly valid. It's perfectly valid to make that.
Perfectly valid. We gotta clap up for this man, right? Because I mean, the crazy thing here is this, right? You can joke about it, but it's more about the timing. And guys, check this out. This is gonna be a little shocking, man. I mean, everybody sit down if you're standing up because holy, this is exclusive. Shout out to Daily Mail for exposing exclusive. The trans school conspiracy exposed. Midwest teachers trade tips on subversively and quietly transitioning kids without telling their parents. Oh, shit. And skirting Republican gender laws in workshop funded by the federal government. That is absolute insanity. Daily Mail gained access to private online meet of Midwestern teachers. Many parents would be horrified by what they said about trans students. And you want to know what they said? Check this out. Dozens of Midwestern teachers met online this week and traded tips on helping trans students change gender at school without their parents' knowledge, while criticizing a ref. So there's laws being around. I mean, this is complete lunacy. And the crazy thing here is that Daily Mail gained access to an online session hosted by the Midwest and Plains Equity Assistance Center, MEP, which is also known as Minor Attracted Person. In other words, in simple words, PD. Obviously, I cannot say the full word here on YouTube, but which is funded by the Department of Education, attended by some 30 teachers from Michigan, Iowa, Ohio, Illinois, and beyond. In the 4-hour workshop. You guys could have done this 4-hour workshop and talked about people that have good ethics that can actually, you know, inspire the youth. You could hire maybe like a scientist. You could have like an astronaut, art, you know, that can talk about, hey, it's good to make art. You can present those kind of people in front of kids versus the drag queens. I mean, get out of here, dog. In the 4-hour workshop, they discussed helping trans students in the face of new laws in Republican. Some teachers said they followed the rules, but others discussed being subversive, how their personal code of ethics trumped laws, and how to hide a trans student new name and gender from their parents. So they're basically trying to say here that if your kid identifies as a cat, bruh, if your kid identify as a fury, because a lot of kids are now identifying as furies, like crazy stuff, absolute madness that's been taking place. If your kid identifies as an attack chopper, because I identify as an attack chopper right now, I'm Susan. Damn. Bruh. I gotta say this because we're on YouTube, guys, so I need more rights right now because I'm them. This is insane. They're gonna hide that information from the parents. The exposure comes amid growing tensions between traditional parents who worry about newfangled gender ideas in school and some progressive teachers who say progressive, they need to protect trans students from their own families, kicking off absolute insanity. Kicking off the workshop, Angel Nathan, the map specialist who hosted the session, said attendees would review the new laws in a bid to remedy the marginalizing effects, and surely you can pause the video and read the entire thing. This is insanity. Your kids are not safe. I cannot believe it that this is happening, that this is a new law that you can help kids transition their gender. Meanwhile, we know you gotta be at a certain age before you buy a cigarette. And if you buy a cigarette, obviously that's bad. I would never recommend that. I would never recommend smoking. But hypothetically, you gotta be a certain age to buy a cigarette or drink. If you have a strong will, if one day you reach a point where you're like, okay, it's affecting my health, not good for health, maybe you got inspired and you have a strong will, you can actually quit that, which would be really good. But once you change your gender, man, it's permanent. The effects would be irreversible. Absolute insanity what's going on, guys. And obviously this is something that we covered yesterday, but man, every week there's like a new gender. This post actually blew up. This homeboy posted everything here, man. This homeboy just going in because look, he's asking for another boycott, man. It looks like that we got a boycott barefoot because this is crazy. Oh, shit. Check this out, man. I cannot even talk. She, her, they, them, he, him, they, them, and now they got a new gender. I mean, damn, bro, like somebody just bruh. I am having a hard time believing there's a new gender being made every single week, y'all. Like, people are changing their gender more than I have switched lobbies in Call of Duty. I think I'm gonna run with that line every single video because it's, quite frankly, it's the facts. And we have these homeboys out here, guys. This story is absolute crazy. So we got homeboys thinking they're playing GTA 6 teams loot a McDonald's in Los Angeles on June the 10th. America, ladies and gentlemen, a big America moment. I'm in Canada, so we're not far behind, guys. Trust me. It's happening in front of your eyes. It's happening in front of my dumbass, guys. It's literally happening. This man thought that he was a monkey, jumped up like a chimpanzee. They don't even know. They think they're holding on to some Big Macs. Meanwhile, dog, this is hundreds, thousands of dollars of tech. They're kicking. Homie thinking that he's kicking rocks. This guy thought he's holding a PlayStation 5 right there, started running around. He thinks he has Big Macs or a PS5 in his hand. What is happening right now? This is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. And also check this out, man. This story is crazy. Sony Pony's Xbox. How y'all doing, man? Microsoft apparently told the US court that majority of the PlayStation gamers, toxic gamers, do not play Call of Duty. They got caught lying in broad daylight. They got caught with their pants on. These Microsoft employees, they'd be crazy lying in public right now. But the US FTC says that they have evidence which is redacted in the court filing that shows otherwise.
Bombocard!
US FTC also claims that Activision has made comments, again redacted sadly, that their games could release on cloud without Microsoft ownership. Okay. US FTC also continues to say that Microsoft comments on the Bethesda deal is the issue and says foreclosing Starfield and Redfield from PlayStation could be similar to what they do with the Activision Blizzard games. Ow! And in a nutshell, this is what they're saying, right? Like, we bought Bethesda, and I'm not sure if that's true or not, but a lot of people actually brought this argument up. But I believe it's true, but I could be wrong. But that's the argument FTC is trying to make, that those dumbasses, okay, bruh, they bought Bethesda, and those games should have been on PlayStation. But later on, Phil Spencer and Microsoft, they started being strong, independent, progressive, and they went so out of hands that they were like, okay man, we're gonna keep Starfield exclusive and Redfield. Now in my opinion, bro, like they paid $7 billion. I mean, like dog, like that was supposed to happen. And you know, if they get Activision, that's probably gonna happen after 10 years. They're given 10 years guarantee, and that's what FTC is trying to say, and this is why they're not approving. But here's the thing, guys, whatever I think, whatever I say, whatever you say, it doesn't really matter. It's really up to them. That's what FTC is talking about right now. US FTC also says that Microsoft 10 years agreement are irrelevant in their defense because majority of the agreements are signed in foreign countries and they do not fully address US market concerns. Says those deals have loopholes and are facially ambiguous. I don't get it. I don't get it. In a nutshell, they are saying that there are loopholes. Yeah, in other countries, Microsoft have made it so for 10 years they're not gonna make Call of Duty exclusive, but in US there are loopholes, meaning once the deal goes through, then they can actually make it. Oh my god. That's where we at, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute crazy. And ending this thread, US FTC says Microsoft made a comment that Activision would operate separately post-acquisition, and US FTC says if that's the case, then not moving forward with the deal would do no real harm to Microsoft. Ow. Just crazy stuff. Like, I am having a hard time believing the story, guys. I want to know your take. Should Activision deal go through? Should it not go through? Let me know. It's gonna be interesting seeing the Destin response. It's gonna be interesting seeing MBG Sony Pony, Destin full-blown Xbox. So it's gonna be really interesting. I don't know if he's gonna be able to smile after that story, because last time when that thing happened, he did not smile for 2 solid weeks. It was absolute crazy, guys. Like, I mean, damn, son. But this story keeps on giving, man. A player lawsuit claims to have evidence that Microsoft Activision bid is designed to eliminate PlayStation. Obviously, they're telling us the complete obvious. The entire reason they bought Activision, or they're trying to buy for $70 billion. Of course, they're trying to acquire it so they can have more games and they can compete and they can actually get one step ahead of PlayStation. That's how mafia works. This is how business works, dumbass. That's how apparently it works. And this story is so wild that bunch of gamers, they acquired lawyers, which is just insane. And those gamers and lawyers found evidence. That's what they're saying. I'm not sure whether this is facts or not, guys, but they are saying they have acquired proof. They have email evidence, and they have caught some Microsoft employees in 4K with their pants down, and they have caught them saying that they are looking to get this because they want to put PlayStation out of business. This is designed to eliminate PlayStation, their words, and in fact they're even quoting this, which is crazy. Like, quite frankly, I believe it. But Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, this story is wild, will face trial on charges of cannot say the word on YouTube, are charged and forming a criminal gang to exploit women, Romanian prosecutors have confirmed. Now, Andrew Tate also did respond by saying that, man, this isn't about me. This isn't about whether you like me or not. This is about all of us. Today it's me, tomorrow it's you. Nobody's safe from these lies. And the story is actually quite insane, right? Because he was arrested back in December, and he did jail for 3 months, and then he was on house arrest, still is, without any charges. Today he got charged, and it seems a little, I'm kind of suspect about it, right? It just doesn't seem right. I want to know your thoughts on it. And we are hearing reports that this trial is gonna keep on going for several years. Oh shit! Absolute insanity, man. So we're gonna be hearing about this story for years to come. And also, man, this story is actually pretty heartwarming, because Mark Rubin, in a couple of hours from now, xDefiant open beta is gonna go live. It's already live for some people that has the closed beta, but xDefiant is simply put, like, a lot of people are saying that it's a Call of Duty killer, and a lot of people are hoping that this game succeeds. I truly hope it succeeds, not because Call of Duty is trash. We all know it is. Not because Activision is under massive fire with the movement that's going around. Like, leave the kids alone. That's basically where I stand. I just hope this game succeeds because the game is good. And Mark Rubin, he responds. He's an ex-Call of Duty dev. xDefiant is a love letter to arcade arena shooter. Is it a Call of Duty killer? I have no idea. We're just trying to make a game that people can love for a long time. But it is up to all of you, the players, to make xDefiant a success. Just wanted to share that thought, and the tweet blew up and did almost 10,000 likes. Yo, get a brother, get like 2 likes on the video, like, get a brother, get that. I would appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Click on this video on the screen. Nickmercs responded, and he claimed that there were a lot of streamers that reach out to him privately and they cannot go public. Absolute insane stuff. Click on this video on the screen. On the left, we got some news about GTA 6. Check these videos out, guys, and I will see you right there.